Hi everybody, I'm back. Decided to do another reading. It's about noontime, so I'm not sure when you'll get it, but I'll post it as soon as we're done. I want to begin by saying thank you, thank you, thank you to all of you. I had my breakfast, so I'm really alert and I'm ready to go on and read. I want to thank God and I want to thank all of you. Thanking God is like my daily ritual that happens quite a few times during the day. And I'm here to tell you that life is what you see it, okay? There are a lot of bad things going on in this world right now, but we almost, take the higher ground, right? Try to stay high-vibed and try to look at things objectively, and never do we want to wish anyone bad, right? And the people who are out there that are haters, well, they either have guilt they're trying to cover up about things, how they feel about themselves, or they have hurts from previous times, right, that are affecting them. So we have to just keep living our best life and know that we're doing what's right for us. And we can't please everybody. The one person, the one spirit that we have to please is Spirit Himself, right? And God wants us to treat ourselves good, appreciate everything we have, and pray for the best future, right? 7 generations down. Okay, let's go. Okay, so let's begin by reading out of the Bible. I really enjoy reading the Psalms, so let's see if I can find that again. Have it. Here we go. We are on Psalms 19. For the director of music, a psalm of David. The heavens declare the glory of God. The skies proclaim the work of His hands. Day after day they pour forth speech. Night after night they display knowledge. There is no speech or language where their voice is not heard. Their voice goes out into all the earth, their words to the ends of the world. In the heavens He pitched a tent for the sun, which is like a bridegroom coming forth from his pavilion. Like a champion rejoicing to run his course, it rises at one end of the heavens and makes its circuit to the other. Nothing is hidden from its heat. The law of the Lord is perfect, reviving our soul. The statutes of the Lord are trustworthy, making wise the simple. The precepts of the Lord are right, giving joy to the heart. The commands of the Lord are radiant, giving light to the eyes. The fear of the Lord is pure, enduring forever. The ordinances of the Lord are sure and altogether righteous. They are more precious than gold, than much pure gold. They are sweeter than honey from the comb. By them is your servant warned. In keeping them there is great reward. Who can discern his errors? Forgive my hidden faults. Keep your servant also from willful sins. May they not rule over me. Then I will be blameless, innocent of great transgression. Many of the words of my mouth and the meditation of my heart be pleasing in your sight, O Lord, my rock and my redeemer. Okay? So let's pull a couple cards out of the box, see what we can find. Let's see. I'm gonna grab another stack here. And I'm gonna pull one more. Okay. The first one I pulled out was center of attention. No. Let it be natural. Never try to get validation from others. Okay? There's a difference. Okay? The difference is we don't want to be a attention person, right? We want to shine in our own right, in our most genuine way. We don't want to be boastful. Okay? So that's, when I wrote that, I think that's what I was meaning. So, God, protect us from negative blockages of any kind. So when we ask God to do this for us, right? When we're walking our path, the path of the Lord, speaking of His name, giving Him glory and all the praise of how He changed our lives and how He is real and He is alive. Okay, runner chaser. Runner chaser, that's like, they say it's a twin flame journey. Someone's running and someone's chasing. And then someone's chasing and then someone's running. Okay, so if you believe you're a twin flame, stop chasing and stop running. Just heal what you need to heal, right? And then, get rid of that ego. That's both guy and girl, right? So that you can be more genuine. And you can believe in yourself. You can have confidence. You know what you want in your life, and you know what you don't. And if you're the runner and you decide, I don't want this life with this chaser, or vice versa, well, I guess the chaser is chasing for a reason, but whatever it is, male, female, you have to realize that a choice has to be made. So if you're the runner and someone else is the chaser, someone might just decide not to chase anymore. Someone might decide that they want something different, okay? The twin flame is the hardest, and the reason why it's the hardest is because of the energy that they share between each other. And what I've heard and what I've been told from other readers as I was learning about tarot is that we all have soulmates. Okay, there's a twin flame, then there's a twin ray, and then there's soulmates. The difference is the soulmates, they don't carry that much energy. And if you need to know the particulars on why, I'm sorry, I don't have that answer for you. If it comes up and I get that information, I'll share it with you. However, that's what I understand. Then the next one is twin ray. Twin rays are when they come together, when they become a union under God, their light shines really bright. Now the difference between a twin flame and a twin ray is the twin flame shines a whole bunch brighter than the twin ray. So this is going to be the couple that's people are shocked and awe, and I've said that before, shocked and awe, and they're going to be like who's that guy, Hugh Hefner? When he speaks, everybody listens. They're going to carry that kind of energy with them. So wherever they go, and they might be talking about their twin flame journey together, how they got together, what kind of obstacles did they have, so forth and so on, and how it is as they are together. And people are going to listen, and when they speak of how God has touched their lives, it's going to really touch a lot of people's hearts. And that's the beginning of turning the world to the right direction, 7 generations down. Okay? And this here is something I wrote. Hello, I send love to you, the world, the universe, to the heavens, and God Almighty. Okay? It's a simple statement. And if you say it, you should mean it. And honestly, no, I can't think about, like, I can't imagine that someone would say that without having any feelings, okay? So that's a very good thing to say, right? All right, the last one is, do not conform to what society or other individuals expect of you. Okay, that's on one of these cards here. So I thought it was really important, so I wrote it down on my card. Okay, so let's move forward. We read out of the Bible. We read the pick a card. And I just tossed those back in. Got to put them in my stack so I don't pull them again. Okay. So I called my nephew to check on my sister, and they're still reviewing everything. And he said something about the MRI when they put you in the machine. And for some reason, she wasn't able to do it for some reason. I'm not sure. But she could be, in therapy and in the hospital for a while. So I think she's, I think she turned 69 this year. So, she's up there in age. And we don't know how long it's going to take for her to heal. So I just say a prayer that God will take care of her, and His will be done. And I leave it at that. I mean, I pray for her to be healed. I pray for her to do better. I pray for her to realize that, her life is her life, and she should make it happy as she can in her last days. And I've said that to her. And, well, she thinks I'm her little sister, kind of telling her something that doesn't really carry any weight. So she's actually disconnected from her oldest son. And her daughter lives right close, but she doesn't visit that much. So when I was talking to her youngest son, and I was inquiring about his mom, he mentioned that his sister had been spending time with her mom. And I said, well, that's a good thing, It's about time she realizes that, all of our days are numbered, and she should spend more time with her mom. And, just show her love, So I actually reached out to her oldest son, and I sent a message, and I basically said, your mom's in the hospital. They're examining her right now, but they think that she might have broken her spine. I said, it's your life. I said, here's your brother's number. You can call him if you want, and take care. So we have a lot of disconnect in our family. A lot of disconnect, and it's hard. Every one of my grandmother's children's children, they're just disconnected. And I believe that our lives could have been different if we would have stayed in this town. If all of us would be able to grow up together. I do have some siblings that spent time with cousins, but a lot of cousins left for years and then came back, the whole family. They left for 10, 15 years, 20 years, and came back. And then, I have some relatives that just stay away. And I'm glad I came back, but I've said everything I need to say, and I speak up for my ancestors, my grandparents, and my parents. I don't have a problem doing that, and they see that I'm mentally very strong, and that kind of nonsense just can't go on if there's no respect. Okay, so if I don't have any respect for my mom, okay, why should my daughter have any respect for me? And I never would have to tell my daughter, oh, I treated your grandma rotten, or I did this, or I did that. It's the energy. It's the energy that your child feels about you, So I see it a lot in the families, and I see there's different situations, and I'm not judging anybody by far. I'm just recognizing, and I'm being aware of everybody around me. So I myself have disconnected from a lot of my family members, but I always speak of love when I speak of them, and that's the way I want to leave it. So moving forward, let's see. Moving forward, we should pray about all of them, and we should pray that they find God, and we should pray that they get healed, and we should pray that, one day, if it takes 7 generations down, that our family becomes more close-knit than ever. And it does start today, and we're actually having our let's see, our 59th, 1960, yeah, our 59th family reunion, and I'm not attending this year, and it's not that I don't want to go, it's the feel of when I go. It's just strange. Last year wasn't too bad, really. The year before was good. The year before that was good. So basically, I think we have people in our family that don't like hearing the truth. So, and it takes me back to my cousin Darla. She grew up around here. She lived her whole life around here. She spent a few years in Hawaii because her younger brother was in the Army and sent for her, so she was able to stay on the island of Oahu for a while. But basically, she spent most of her life here in, Santa Barbara County. But she's my cousin that she had 3 kids, and her husband didn't want to work. And her family, she has a big family. And I don't know what kind of help that they actually gave her, or I just know that she was homeless, living in a car. And I was so grateful that I was able to spend time with her when I got here into town. And, I just told her, look, doesn't matter what anybody else thinks. You stayed with your husband through thick and thin, and you always loved him. That in itself is a miracle. That shows how strong you are, Darla. Your kids are going to remember that, and they're going to appreciate life so much more because you sacrificed, so much to keep your family together. A lot of people would have dropped their kids off with family members. I can't take care of them. You take care of them for me. She kept her family together. And, I'm not sure what her siblings helped her with or what they didn't help her with, but, I spoke the truth about it. I told one of her siblings what I told her, and it was as if maybe God sent me to their house for a reason. When you claim to be a Christian, right? You do have to stand up for yourself. You do have to you do have to not let people take advantage of you. At the same time, like the balance between helping a sister or not helping, you know, maybe that caused some conflict in their home, maybe it didn't. Maybe they both just decided as husband and wife, yeah, she might be my sister, but I'm not helping her, or whatever the situation was. I didn't ask, and I don't need to know. But obviously, I think I kind of like hit the nail on the head, right? And so I've said everything that I need to say. Like I said, I've spoken up for my parents. I've spoken up for the love of God, you know. For the love of God, can't we all just get along? Can't we all just love each other for one day? And it's just not, it's not really happening here. So I have to reserve my energy, and I have to, you know, continue my journey here. And it's okay if I don't go to the family reunion. And, you know, it's like someone said, all the good ones are gone now. It's like, well, I'm still here. So, yeah, that was my brother's wife who said that. And we stay in contact. We have the same birthday. I think she's like 4 or 5 years older than me, maybe 3 years older than me. Anyways, but we stay in touch on Facebook and stuff. So the people that show me love, I'll show them love. The people that don't show me love, I'll just love them from a distance. Okay, so let's move forward. Miracles now. So I hope that helps someone out there. And I hope that for some reason I pulled the same card I just put up. So let's see what we can find. To let you know that, you know, you're not the only one going through it. Or I'm letting you know. I know that I'm not the only one going through it. How's that? Let's see. Okay, we got a new card. So this little deck of Miracles Now has 62 cards. So if I'm reading three cards a day, 7 days a week, that's 21. It's only going to last like 3 weeks or less. So we're going to be going through the routine of filtering them out. Okay, so got a new card for Miracles Now, and it says, when I allow others to support me, I support them too. Okay? When I allow others to support me, I support them too. That's what I call even give and take. You know, sometimes God wants us to just reach out to all of you, right? And give you support. Doesn't necessarily mean that you have to give anything back. I mean, if you can, it helps the channel, but it's not required. And for me, again, to give you all the readings, I'm healing myself at the same time. Okay? So thank you for that. And I know that God will bless me along the way. And I know that, you know, God may touch a few people's hearts out there, and they might want to cash out me in the future. So the most important thing is that we share this time together and you get the readings, okay? So let's move forward. Allow people to help you, right? And then they will help you, okay? The good people will always, oh, that's not even fair to say. If people are around, like my girlfriend, you know, she's helped me so much. And, you know, I try to make things for her birthday. And, you know, I've tried to drop things off at Christmas time here and there. And whenever they have me over, I ask her, what can I bring? She's like, nothing, just bring yourself. And I just can't go to someone's house and not bring anything. So I'll bring them something, you know, like a they do like to drink, so I'll bring them a bottle of something, maybe a 6-pack of beer, and then my girlfriend, I try to give her paintings, or I've given her some cards, and she's been very good to me. She's helped me a lot, and I really appreciate her. So one day she might be hearing this, and she's like, "Oh, Marcia must be talking about me." So hats off to you, Kathleen, if you ever hear this. But yeah, she was my friend freshman and sophomore year, and we just had this bond, and we've always stayed in touch. Every time I came into town, I'd go find her, and I knew what bank she worked at. And now I live here, so we've gotten together a few times, and I don't really reach out to her a lot because I know she's busy. She has a busy schedule, and she likes to. She's one of those ladies that is very good at like everything she does. So, she has her sewing time. She has her social time with a bunch of girls that play these games, and they go from house to house on different weeks, and she provides for her husband, does the cooking and the cleaning and all that good stuff, and so I don't really like to interrupt her schedule. So once in a while I'll text her, and once in a while she'll call me. So I owe her the call because she just called me not too long ago. So support others and allow them to support you. Okay? Native Spirit. Today's card we have Owl Medicine. So I think the last time we got the medicine wheel. No, what did we get? We got the medicine bag, the medicine man, woman, and then the other one. Now we got the owl medicine. So there's this is the fourth one. Let's see. I would love to see an owl up close like that. Let's see. Okay. The card meaning is wisdom, illumination, and intuition, clairvoyance, and deep insight abound. Go within. Profound majesty and grace is available to you simply by pulling your awareness inward. Ancient knowledge is emerging within you. You know the truth. Trust your perception. You are a truth seeker and a truth sharer. Nurture the feminine spirit within you. Your native spirit wants you to know. In some indigenous cultures, the men say that they're afraid of the owl because it represents the power of woman, and they are in awe of and even afraid of the power of women. Other native cultures call the owl the night eagle, for it has the majesty of the eagle but works silently in the darkness of night. In Western cultures, the owl sits on the shoulders of Athena and also of Merlin, revealing sacred truths. When this card chooses you, you are at the advent of a time of illumination and transformation. The journey in a meditative state. Imagine that you have shape-shifted into an owl and you are soaring silently through the night. Your ability to see even in the darkness is remarkable. This corresponds with your ability to perceive the truth even in murky situations in life. So seeing the truth is I'm a truth seeker, and I want to know who I'm dealing with, and I want to know I want to know if someone's honest or someone's dirty. Okay. I worked for people who were not honest, and if they're going to treat their clients that way, then they're going to treat their employees even worse, right? Okay. But a lot of times I keep things silent. I keep them silent, and I know things. People just come up and tell me these random things, and then when it's ammunition time, that's when I give it back. Okay, your sole purpose. And today we have the banker, the emerald. And seems like we just read this not too long ago, but I love the affirmations. So I am grateful for my understanding of finances and money. I have excellent mathematical skills. I handle money with ease and intelligence. So I wonder how the kids are doing when they're learning their multiplication table. When I went to school, we had to make our own. And now I think they do everything with computers or tablets. So like, what happens if the power goes off? Like how will they be able to manage if they don't actually know? They use the machine to get the calculations, right? All right, so we're at banker. How are you at saving money? The world of banking has many facets, including brokerage services, financial advising, underwriting, lending or borrowing, and asset management. When you draw the banker and emerald card, place your attention on your bank accounts and dealings with financial institutions. Use the emerald gemstone to amplify prosperity and enhance your understanding of banking protocols. This green variety of beryl aligns you with well-being and extreme wealth. Emerald is also a stone for health and vitality, which is necessary for success. Life is easier when money is flowing and prosperity is yours. Understanding money and banking supports your financial goals. The proper use of your bank accounts, credit cards, and loans play an instrumental role in long-term financial abundance and stability. Emerald's rich green vibration energizes your ability to expertly handle money. It is a stone of integrity, and it calls you to bank your money right and find a banker who understands your needs. Confirmation, right? Okay. As a former banker myself, I personally understand how the energy of life path is an important part of a stable life. Being a mortgage banker taught me valuable lessons about risk management and leverage, using the bank's money to achieve financial goals, and also guiding borrowers so they didn't extend themselves unwittingly beyond their means. Emerald teaches us to be sure funds are managed in such a way that the repayment of debts is given. Saving and the understanding of various financial instruments as forms of savings are beneficial for a long-standing financial foundation, so that you always have plenty of money with more than enough to spare. So God's really blessed me, and I'm working my way, rebuilding my life, and having God in my life has really taken the worry off of my shoulders, and I just appreciate Him so much. And I can't say enough about putting God on the forefront of your life. And I know I've said it before in other readings, but tattoos are supposed to be, in certain cultures, religious-wise, a no-no. And, well, I have 3 tattoos on my wrist. My right wrist says God is love, and my left wrist says love is God. And I have a neck one that says living divinity. So I got those in I would say maybe the summer of 2020. And I'm not sorry at all. It's a daily reminder when I go into the bathroom, and I'm getting ready and I see my tattoo. It reminds me of how I'm I'm expecting myself to carry myself, right? I say my body is sacred. I say my body is holy. You know, I've had children, so you know, there's no way possible, unless I was married, that I didn't do something to have that baby. You know, actually, she was in vitro fertilization. So, but the other stuff, you know, but you know, I want my body to be cleansed. I want it to have time to heal from all the traumas. And you know, I mean, I thank God that I was never like taken advantage of that way, but still, to cleanse myself of my past. You know, it's you ask God to forgive you for the things that you did in your past, right? And you feel like, okay, I got a new start, a clean slate. I'm renewing my life. Well, it doesn't mean you go and dirty yourself up again, right? So mind, body, and soul, that's the path I'm on right now. So moving forward, divine feathers, and we have this one, and it is the starling. Okay. So today was only like 60 degrees today. I've been out just to get some fresh air for a bit, but I'm like right back in the house. And after I get done with this reading, I'll have to take my dog for a little bit of a walk so he gets some exercise. Okay, starling is a bird that is at ease in both urban and rural areas. This messenger often travels and nests in immense flocks. They are generally talkative birds that have the ability to mimic sounds in their environments and incorporate them into their calls. Their chatter is indicative of a group mind and group behavior. The symbolism of starling is closely tied to the power of community. The yellow beak in springtime represents energy around the solar plexus chakra and the perception of societal roles and self-esteem. The beak is also associated with having clear communication within the group. The message: the starling messenger flies and flocks to inspire your social side. Stepping out into the world is the perfect remedy for spending too much time alone or in your head. The energy of group mind is powerful and can be a welcome change. It may be the time to reevaluate your community ties and find the perfect place to land. Have you been too social, too dependent on the company of others? Create a smaller, more intimate way to connect so that you may receive the gifts of community without draining your energy. In all of these circumstances, you are being guided to notice the unique gifts that come through the power of the group. Use your clear communication to connect more deeply and authentically. The energies is community, group mind, communication. The season is spring. The element is air. The color is black, yellow, and white. The affirmation: I welcome others into my world and receive the gift of community. Okay. So next we have, guess what? You know it, the mermaids, right? And contemplation. To contemplate. To contemplate what's going on in your life right now. Are you feeling stagnant? Are there situations that you're trying to work through? Are you writing a list of the things of your past that hurt you so you can heal? Are you contemplating your next move? Okay. Contemplate your current situation and allow your thoughts and feelings to flow. Use your mind in conjunction with your heart and think things through before making decisions. Enjoying her time in contemplation, this mermaid uses her creativity to look at various outcomes and scenarios. The beauty of this is that it can be a fun and creative process, allowing you to imagine you're experiencing the things you're contemplating without doing anything in physical reality. It's a bit like trying before you buy or commit. The situation calls for you to think deeply, using your wisdom and imagination to arrive at wholesome solutions. Your feelings may be a bit confused right now, and you're prone to follow your heart, which is usually a good thing. The situation calls for you to use your mind in conjunction with your heart and think things through rationally before coming to any decisions, especially potentially life-changing ones. Contemplation is a type of meditation, only it entails engaging with your mind instead of trying to stop the thoughts. When you use your mind and heart wisdom in unison, it's possible to make major decisions in life knowing you've covered all angles and explored several options and outcomes in the safety of your own imagination. Perhaps someone close to you is contemplating their future. Let them know the importance of staying in a positive state of mind when going through the process, as what we project can come into being. So it's wise to be mindful of this as you contemplate and play with the possibilities. So it goes back to my last reading when I said, the things I see in the future are going to make me so happy, right? I see that it's going to be the happiest I've ever been. Well, the moments that I've really been happy, I was happy both times I got married. I was happy when I found out I was pregnant with my daughter, but I was sad because, she would never know my parents because they both were taken already. They both crossed over. Before I even got pregnant with my daughter. And we even had a dog, Bobo, who was like 12 years old. And it was like he died. Bless you, Tombo. He died he died while I was still pregnant. So we ended up getting Rocky, a black lab. And he became my daughter's best friend, the protector. He always protected her. And so, yeah, those were my happiest times. I mean, generally I stayed happy. I've always been a happy person, but I like the steady. I like the steady happiness. I know everything can't be good all the time, but let's be real. The people we choose, they're reflecting things that we need to fix, right, within our own selves. And I learned that I need to not be a people pleaser. I need to speak my truth, and I need to love who I choose to love, regardless of what anybody else says. And you see, now I'm choosing to love God. And I don't really have that many people who are on the same page as me. So we do have neighbors that go to church and that sort of thing, but I haven't spoken up that I'm doing tarot yet. And it's not that I'm ashamed of it. This is a small town. Maybe that's what God wants me to do. He wants me just to broadcast that I'm doing tarot readings. And just let it all out of the bag, right? Maybe that's why I'm still here. It might very well be. So, I would be up against, there's 8,000 people that live here. And if I'm the only tarot reader, they're going to automatically say I'm evil and I'm a witch and all that. So, maybe that's why I'm still here. But God's going to answer me about that, okay? And when he does, I'll let you know. Okay. Animals messages. All right, we have the B. Okay. Kids must be out of school now. Let's see, what's the holiday? Oh, you know, sometimes they take half days on Fridays. Okay, hard work is rewarded with responsibility and a sweetness that is shared. Without busy bee pollinating the flowers, whose rich produce of food, fruit, vegetable, and seed provides for man, beast, and bird, the world's ecosystems would decay and the web of life unravel. If bee has come to you now, she is asking you to look within. Do you wisely protect and thoughtlessly pollute her environment? One of the most powerful creatures on earth, bee works hard, but just as her honey makes warm, intoxicating mead, she reminds us too that a life without frolic and fun lacks sweetness. Okay, so someone needs to get out and enjoy. It's too cold for me to do that right now. I need it to be at least 65 degrees. You know, when I was a kid, I do not remember it being 60 degrees in the middle of June. Okay. So we're moving on. We're 46 minutes in. We go 15 minutes on the Archangel and 15 minutes on the Tarot, maybe. We'll see. And I pre-shuffled, and when I pulled it out, I got the 4 of Gabriel. So let me shuffle. Let's see where these kids are real quick while I'm shuffling. Oh, they must be on the street. Kids. Okay. Guadalupe is one of the safest places to live. It used to be alive back in the day. When I was growing up, they had a restaurant, the Far Western. And people would come from faraway places. They'd have to make their reservations. They'd come faraway places just to eat there. And I actually went to school with the boy who his parents ran that. Well, they owned the restaurant. It was like, I don't know, cousins or something. And they owned the restaurant and ran it, but they also had the cattle. They raised the cattle here still. But they took their business and relocated in the next town up the way. And I'm sure they're still doing well for themselves, but it definitely made a difference in our little town's activity. And then my grandpa had a pool hall, and in one corner there's an ice cream parlor, and the other was a restaurant where my family would make Filipino food. Let me see. Hold on. Okay. It's just that there's a gate here and it stays locked, so I got a couple things out in front of my place. I wanted to make sure they weren't messing with them. You know, seeing how they're smaller kids. I actually have a shovel that's sitting out there. So I don't want them to think it's a play toy. A couple of kids look like they're at least in junior high. And then some smaller ones. So, you know, boys will do the craziest thing. When my daughter was little, my husband Chris bought his nephew a go-kart. And Jeffrey saw something on TV, and he convinced my daughter to get into the dog cage. and it was like a little 4x4, but the fencing was like 8 foot high. And he tied a rope to the cage and hooked it up to his little go-kart. And his mom wasn't out there watching him, and his uncle wasn't out there watching him, and well, it came tumbling down, and that's one of Emily's memories. And I just told her, I said, thank God you weren't hurt. I thank God that nothing happened to her. And, you know, the mom should have been out there watching, or the uncle, right? I mean, because on one hand, he bought it for him, so he should be supervising, or he should be making sure the mom does, or whatever. But I just thank God that God's hand was all over that. And my daughter, she didn't have one mark on her. Okay, so nothing's coming out. Let's pull some cards. Got 15 minutes for this. Okay. The Four of Ariel. When you give, you also receive. Being resistant to change. Extremes in how you save or spend money. Okay, so these two go together. This card, when I allow others to support me, I support them too. When you give, you also receive. Okay? So someone is having a change. You know, either they were givers and now they're not giving to whoever, right? Or they've never given and all of a sudden they're going to start giving. So it's going to be different for all of you out there, if it resonates at all. Okay, and I forgot to look at the bottom, sorry. All right, let's pull another card. The Four of Michael. Insights that come from quiet meditation, the need for more sleep or time off. Seek relief from stress. Stress will kill you. Stress will damage you. Stress will make you gain weight. Stress will, it'll age you. Stress will make you not be able to sleep, not get the proper rest. Stress will keep you, what's the word? Instead of being focused, you'll be not focused. There's a word, obstructed. Yeah. Okay, on the bottom is the Ten of Michael. So this came out in another reading. A situation has ended and you are finally free. New opportunities for happiness will now follow. Put the past behind you. And okay, so let's move forward. And so since we started doing this reading, we already had the Four of Wands. What is that? Four of Gabriel, Four of Michael. Now the one before that is Four of Ariel. So we've had 3 fours already. So if you would like to Google that, 444, might be a message in there for you. I would do it for you this time, but I'd like to do the card pulling, right? And so what happens, you see, is the anxiety. So someone's watching this reading and you might be suffering from anxiety. All right, I'm feeling someone's energy. So I say breathe, do the breathing exercises. Breathe in deep through your nose. Exhale through your mouth. And do that 3 or 4 or 5 or 6 times. Whatever you require to get that anxiety to slip away. Anxiety attacks you. it's like you can't breathe. Your chest gets all tight. It's a very uncomfortable feeling. So if you're in a living situation where maybe you live by yourself and your money's tight, right? You reach out to help for help. You go down to the community services and you say, what can you help me with? Here they have once a month. Well, actually, it's once a week, I think. There was a food drive kind of thing going on at the senior center. I know it used to be once a week on whatever, Wednesdays or Thursdays, but I'm not sure if it just is once a month now, but the cars line up a long ways. And so they pass out like canned goods. Sometimes they get the cheese. Sometimes they get fruit and vegetables. And they give you like 2 or 3 bags. I've never really partaken there. I've been there to help out, but I'm a helper. So I was helping out the town when things were happening, and they actually handled the first week's food drive. And then a couple of years ago there was a flood, and so I went down to help. But also they have every first Saturday they have a get together where a lady who she was actually born in Santa Maria, I think. But I think she lives in San Diego now. She comes up once a month and she meets down at the center of town. She has all the buckets and the little trash picker-uppers. And so I was doing that too on Saturdays, first Saturday of every month. And so, I don't know, I just got, I guess I shouldn't let people push me out, but, someone wanted to shine, so I just stepped back and said, it's not worth the aggravation. Okay, so we're not getting anything. Let's go. 6 of Gabriel. Congratulations, you've done a wonderful job. Time to move on to your next project. Awards, scholarships, or promotions. At the bottom is the Emperor. So the Emperor showed up, and the Magician, and the Star. And the 9 of Gabriel, it says stay determined and move forward. Be prepared for any possibilities. Environmental activism. So the Emperor came out. Stability and efficiency, taking charge of a situation, ambitious plans. There's nothing wrong with being ambitious, right? The Magician. You can manifest the life you want. What you need will magically appear. Successful beginnings. And the Star. A dream come true. Believe in yourself. The end of a difficult situation. So, there's really no time frame on these. And we've been talking, probably about a month or so, right? Like, someone's going to have a new beginning. And it's all in divine timing. Success, it happens after you leave a bad situation. When you're praying to God and you say, hey, God, get me out of here. I promise I'm going to be on the path. I won't let you down this time. Teach me what you want me to know. Okay. The 7 of Ariel. You have invested wisely. Have patience and wait for the harvest. Review your progress and make plans for your next endeavor. bottom is the moon. The moon says, the opportunity to improve your plans, listen to your intuition for accurate guidance, face your fears, and grow stronger. Okay, and then the King of Gabriel, generous, inspirational, dramatic, driven. Keep your eyes on the big picture, leave the details to others, experience that leads to success, genuine concern for others. And the Ace of Michael, a wonderful new idea. Don't allow bumps in the road to hinder your progress. Clear up communication problems with others. And since I took that one, I'm going to take this one too. It will all be better if you just make a decision. Over analyzing a problem, find a compromise. A positive new emotional experience, fulfilling romantic relationships, deep and lasting spiritual insights. It's the Ace. The Chariot, determination and self-control, career advancement, acknowledgement of success by others. Okay. Acknowledge of success by others. Okay, we're going to get 3 more cards and we're going to move on. And I'm going to try to review these cards real quick after. Let's get our 3 cards. At the bottom is the Nine of Gabriel again. Stay determined and move forward. Be prepared for any possibilities. Environmental activism. 3 cards. Perspective. There's a better way. Pause for reflection and insight. Dare to be different. King of Michael, principled, rational, ambitious, respected. Wisdom and objectivity are important now. Stay in your integrity, a situation that calls for honest and open communication. 1 more. Leap of faith. Archangel Metatron, believe in yourself, listen to your heart. Do what gives you joy. Okay. And at the bottom, Five of Ariel. You needn't go through your current challenges alone. Help is nearby. Negative thoughts create self-fulfilling prophecies. So stay positive, right? Okay, so someone's being prompted basically to take the leap of faith. That's the last card. So let me look at these real quick. Okay, give and take, right? There's a change there. So maybe this guy, well, that's an angel right there, but maybe this guy was accustomed to giving over here, right? And let's see. But when you give, you also receive. Being resistant to change, extremes in how you save or spend money. All right, so maybe this person is giving to too many to receive something in return. And maybe he doesn't want to change that. Like, he could be like a male gigolo, right? The ladies give him money and he gives them something. Okay, so he has extremes in how he's saving or spending money. Okay, maybe that's his lifestyle and he doesn't want to change. Okay, and it could be a girl. Okay, so just referred it to a guy because it's a guy on the card. Insights that come from quiet meditation, the need for more sleep or time off, seek relief from stress. So I kind of see this guy giving to too many. And it's causing him a lot of stress because maybe these women he's given to are all making the connection. Oh, so you have them on Wednesday and Thursday, and so has them on Thursday and Friday, and so has them on Saturday, and so has them on Sunday, or however you break down a whole week, okay? And so it's causing him a lot of conflict. And yeah, he might need more sleep, and he might need to seek relief from the stress that he's causing himself. This is congratulations, you've done a wonderful job. Time to move on to the next project award. So is he looking for more women? I don't know. That's kind of how I'm reading the cards right now. You've done a wonderful job. Time to move on to the next project, awards, scholarships, or promotion. So maybe he's bumping all of them off and saying, I don't want this anymore. You guys, all four of you ladies caused me a lot of stress because we got 444, right? You know, and those are all women that he has no intention on making a life with. All right, so it's not really congratulations, you've done a good job, but maybe it's time to move on, right? If that works, if that fits in your story, that's kind of how I'm seeing it. Okay, maybe he's deciding, yeah, I'm going to bump up and I'm going to be an emperor. I'm not going to be this little knight or knave. I don't even want to be a king, you know. I want to be the emperor. Either that or how else can that go? Four. Okay, so maybe these are ladies. I mean, like maybe it's a lady that is going around. I don't know. Maybe the emperor is really the empress. Okay, because I said guy first, right? Let's see. So let's say the guy is resistant to change. And he's got too much on his plate. And he says, well, you know, I'm done doing this. I never intended on being with all of you. You guys were just here for a short time, not a long time. And maybe he is bumping up to be the emperor, or maybe he sees someone as the empress, that he's dropping the load to go for the one, right? Maybe he's dropping the load. He's been playing that he's not the emperor. He's been playing like he's a knave. Okay, but he knows deep down inside he's really the emperor. So he must have been the emperor upside down, and maybe he's wanting to move forward and, you know, be the emperor upright. So he's been a magician. He's been manifesting that one true one. And he sees her as the star. And says he invested wisely. So very possibly all these women were giving him money, you know, for his services, like a gigolo, like I said. And he knew what he was doing. He played dumb. He was the emperor upside down. You know, he was pretending to be the knave. And he's ready to move on. He's under the moonlight doing his magician work to manifest the star. The one he sees as the star of his eye, right? He says, oh, you know, I'm not only the emperor, I'm also the king of Gabriel. I'm generous, inspirational, dramatic, and driven. The ace says a new beginning. The two of Michael says he might still be on the fence. Am I going this way or am I going that way? Hopefully, if he's been praying to God, he's choosing the right side. Okay, if he's on the spiritual path. And it looks like it's a yes, because it's a new beginning with positive new emotional experience, fulfilling romantic relationships, deep and lasting spiritual insights. So he must have seen a lot of signs. He's getting on his chariot. He's determined. And he's not one of those people that don't want to give someone else accolades, right? He's okay with acknowledgement of success by others. He's learned that he has to take a higher perspective. It's like the hangman, right? And he's daring to be different. And he says, not only am I the king of Gabriel, not only am I the emperor, but I'm also the king of Michael. So I'm principled, rational, ambitious, respected. So he's lived the life of the other side, and he's learning that possibly the manipulation tactics that he used. I mean, he could be very handsome, okay? It probably doesn't take much for him to get them to drop their panties, you know? If he's like the emperor and the king of Michael and the king of Gabriel, he's probably very handsome. You know, he's probably has a way with the women, right? You know, like he believes, you know, at that time that he was God's gift to women. But he realized that he was God's gift to her, although she's not the empress, right? Maybe this empress carries both the star and the moon. Which probably makes her very attractive. So, let's see. So this is a dream come true. Believe in yourself. The end of a difficult situation. The opportunity to improve your plans. Listen to your intuition for accurate guidance. Face your fears and grow stronger. You know, in the typical tarot, right, the regular, the star and the moon and the sun. The sun's the only thing that hasn't come out yet. But they're very powerful cards. So I kind of imagine that he is the king of Gabriel and he is the king of Michael and he is the emperor. But he had to learn a lot of lessons. Maybe he wasn't the one manipulating. It's just that's kind of how the story kind of looked like. Maybe he wasn't really manipulating, okay? If he's really good looking, you know, and he tells all the girls the same thing. Look, I'm just looking, you know, to spend some time with you. I don't want anything serious. So it's very possible he was truthful like that. And they were like, oh yeah, let's go. You know, I'll do anything to be with you, you know, right? Let's see, take the glare off. So it could be that. Could be maybe he was very honest with him and said, hey, you know, I'm not looking for a serious relationship. I'm not ready for a serious relationship. And what he probably didn't say to them is, it'll never be with you anyways, but if you want to drop your panties, you know. I'm just being truthful. Okay, so the girls that want to give it to him, he's like, yeah, sure, I'll take it. I don't really care what you look like. I don't really care, you know, who you've been with. I don't really care. I'm just looking for a good time. You know, then all of a sudden, you know, he decides I'm going to manifest. I'm going to manifest something better in my life. And then the star came out shortly after. A dream come true. And then the moon came out a card after. There's a card in between this. So we have the new beginning. We have, I've done the other thing. I'm ready to do the new thing, the new better thing. I want the new start. I want to get on the chariot. sought out a higher perspective, and I know where my life has gone wrong. All the time I thought I was doing something by being with, Jane, Sue, and I don't know, Joanne, right? I was with all of them. And they were all too easy, And I'm going to change my life. I'm going to get the heck out of here. Okay, so those are the cards that came out. Let's move over. We're at 1:15, so we're kind of good. We can get this done in like 15 minutes. Okay, and next we have the Tattoo Tarot. I'll pull a few cards out of here. At the bottom, after the shuffle, is the Queen of Cups. Spirit, thank you for being here with us. Okay, nothing's coming out. See what we can get. The Queen of Swords. The bottom is Strength. See what else we can get. Got this crazy cut, right? The Hermit. And at the bottom, the Three of Swords, Broken Heart. So, is the Queen of Swords the one with the broken heart? Let's see. And she has to go into hermit mode to figure out where she went wrong. Okay. Five of Cups. Yes, the Five of Cups. Let's see what's at the bottom. The Ten of Coins. So this is about one of the women that he's sleeping away from. Let me close these buttons real quick. Okay, go to sleep. Let's see. Regret, limited loss, bereavement, inheritance not as anticipated, superficial, disappointing relationship, difficult marriage, lacking love, bitterness, spoiling good things, possible new start. Alright, so just because there were, what was that? That was 444. And then there was something that made me say 3 or 4 women. Is it because of the 444? Let's see. Spending money, stress, time to move on. Yeah, I think it must have been the 444. So it's very possible that they had an open relationship. Maybe the Queen of Swords says, I don't care who you go to as long as you come home to me. Right? But you must stay away from that star. And he agreed. So they probably moved in together. She was able to go do her thing, and he was able to do his thing, and they came together back at home. Although she was annoyed when he was being with other women, it didn't have anything to do with the star. So she was happy about that, because she knew in her heart that this emperor loved the star. And for them to come together, that was like her one rule, that he could go sleep with however many women that he wanted, but he would always come back to her. So what's the Five of Cups is disappointment. It's disappointment because this is all she wanted out of him. Right? She wanted his money. The star wants his love. So at one point, this emperor, most likely upside down at the time, he knew who he was. But he wasn't ready to change. He still had life to live. So the Queen of Swords said, we could have this together. And she probably read his birth chart and didn't even tell him what she saw in his future. But she was holding on to him to get this. Little does she know, God is going to gift the emperor when he unites with his star. She can't have any of this. That's why she was holding on to him. So she's gone under, she's trying to figure out, darn, I told him you can do whatever girl you want, just not the star. When a union is divinely guided and protected, people can throw obstacles in the way, but it's not going to stop that pure love that, the emperor and the star share together. So as long as he tried to fight it, he's trying to keep his word good to her, but he's sleeping with every other woman out there in the world, right? Wherever he goes, like, he could be one of those guys, oh, I'm going to travel to Illinois. I got 5 women over there. I'll be there for a week. I got 3 girls over there in Washington. I got 3 girls over there. She didn't care. This Queen of Swords didn't care. All she cared about was the thought of getting a hold of this. And the agreement was that this emperor was not to mess with the star. So now she's heartbroken. She's like, I thought I covered all the angles. I thought I was going to shut her out. I thought that I had everything under control. I thought I was smarter than both of them. Right? And it has nothing to do with the intelligence, right? Because God is in control. God's in. As much as people want to believe that they're in control over something, in something or whatever, God is really in control. He will allow people to do that big web to get someone caught up, and it's all to learn lessons. So basically, this Queen of Swords was just a lesson to the emperor. After spending time with her, he's learned everything he does not want in a relationship, because the relationship, you see, is disappointment. But, to each their own. If you want to have a man that just gives you the money and goes and sleeps with every Tom, not Tom, Dick, and Harry, well, it could be, I guess. But, if you want to let a man come into your life and allow him to run the streets like that, that's like your first clue. That's not love. There's no respect there. Okay. 0 respect. I respect the fact that you want to be a male whore or a female whore. Yeah, go do that somewhere else, because, you know, that's not my cup of tea. Okay, so let's pull a few more cards. So I see that the Emperor's taking a leap of faith, and the Queen of Swords is very upset over it. So, and what happens in these kind of situations? So, she was trying to play him for his money. So the next relationship she gets in, someone's going to play her for her money. And it's a cycle until, you know, there's some truths that are spoken, right? What was that one card? I thought about coining that phrase. What was it? Oh, shoot. It got mixed up in here in the wrong spot, I think. Maybe it's turned upside down. Let's see. Oh, it was handwritten yesterday. Truth has to be spoken for the curses to be broken. I'm going to put a date on that. Let's see. Okay. All right. It's not really necessary. Okay. So let's pull a few more cards. We're at 127. Spirit, thank you for revealing what you have so far. Thank you for being here with us on this reading. Thank you for protecting our reading. Okay, the Wheel of Fortune. She knows that she's no longer on top. He's dropping her like a hot potato. And she's going to be at the bottom for quite a while. Could be like the 7-year itch, you know. And I only say that because, well, 7-year itch, that's what it makes me think of. If she had 7 years of good luck, now it's her turn to have 7 years of bad luck. And especially if those 7 years of good luck she had, she was using it for self-righteous ways and not even being thankful about it. Okay? You know, when you're up on the wheel, you still have to thank God for everything you have. And if you don't believe in God, well, maybe she will start believing in God. Okay. Oh, I forgot to look at what's at the bottom. Why do I keep forgetting that? 2 of Swords. So she knows. That's a confirmation. She knows that the past 7 years she's been up. So the next 7 years she's, you know, she's going to be at the bottom. You know, all the lies she put on that star, all the whatever wicked stuff she was sending that way, manipulating the Emperor to keep him in his place. Think, you know, I don't know. I think he was playing dumb though. I think he just still wanted to play. And he knew the Empress told him, you know, hey, you know, I'm going to be over here. You still have life to live. You still have lessons to learn. I'll catch you later, maybe, you know. Thank you, Spirit. What else? And there's her match. Is that coming in after the 7 years? Or is this the one that's going to teach her a lesson? Or is she in fact going to learn a lesson and pray to God and say, God, you know, I was an idiot. I really didn't believe in you, and I've seen so many signs from that damn star girl that I don't have any choice but to believe. Maybe it's not, maybe she's not going to get punished for 7 years. I don't know. It's not my call. But the King of Swords is here. Maybe after she released the Emperor, God said, okay, well, you have some lessons to learn. Here's your King of Swords. This is your real true match. Are you going to treat him the same way that you treated that Emperor? Or are you going to put up boundaries and be right? Are you both going to be for each other or not for each other? So maybe this is like a new lesson. Okay. And maybe they're going to have a child. Maybe they're going to have a child. And maybe he's going to be a smart little cookie and be able to manifest money for his mom and dad. Okay. Yeah, they get a new beginning. You know, I'd hate to think there'd be a third party right there with a new beginning. You know, it's very possible that, let's see, it's the Queen of Swords, the Hermit that's going, you know, diving deep, seeking the truth. It shows disappointment. You know, maybe God said, you know, it's time to let him go. You know, maybe when she was seeking, she's like, man, I could have had all that money, but I realized that that money's not for me. It's for someone else. And so is the Emperor. I got to let him go. Maybe she's praying to God and saying, God, I finally see who you are through everything that I've been through. I finally see who you are. I need to thank that star lady and say, you know, through it all, you helped awaken me. And maybe she's in regret now, saying, I went about it the wrong way. I was being selfish, and I was being, you know, I thought I was smarter than everybody else. And what did it leave me? It left me with the end of a cycle where I could have had a 10 of coins. Not only did the Emperor choose wrong, but I chose wrong too. And I'm admitting to it to God. And I'm energetically telling that star lady, hey, I'm sorry what I did to you. But you woke me up. God woke me up. What we went through, the three of us, you woke up first. And I treated you like crap. And you began to wake up the Emperor. And the Emperor and I went through a lot of bad things together. We had some good times, but we weren't destined to be together. So it awoken me up. And God brings the new one to her. But is God giving her a choice now? Or is that actually a child? Is God saying choose between the two for the new beginning? Could be that. Could be God saying, look, You did what you did. You said you were sorry. I believe that you're sorry because I can see your heart. Now I'm going to put you to the test. You got one more test so far. That cycle ended with the Emperor. Now you have a choice between a king and a knight. This is really your match. But if you felt like the Emperor was your match and you treated him that way, be careful what you ask for. But that's really her match. So if it goes awry, they're both going to be really going awry at each other. Or she could choose someone who she can kind of guide through and say, this is how I'd like to be treated now that I've found God, right? And she's going to have a new beginning. So it can go a couple different ways. Let's see what's at the bottom. The bottom is 5 of coins. Let's see what the 5 of coins is. So, material struggle. So, the material struggle is saying she actually had an emperor and there was no respect there. She thought she was smarter than the emperor and she really probably did some really horrible things to him. And so she can have love with the King of Swords. She could have love with the Knight of Coins. But she still will suffer this material struggle. And that's probably her justice, right? Okay, that's the end of the reading. Let's pull some cards. I say God bless her. I hope she finds her healing. I hope the wheel doesn't stay in the down position too long for her. Although she probably wished some horrible things on that star lady. You know, I say if I was the star lady, I would say, I forgive you. I wish you well. I wish you a great life. But no, I don't want to be friends. That's what I would say. Okay, 5 of Cups came out again. So that's the first number for our Joanne Tarot the astrology reading. Oh, we have the Emperor. We only have him marked as 1. So the Emperor comes out twice. Okay. That's confirmation. So we have 5-1 something. 5-1-3. And at the bottom, someone's having a new beginning. Okay, so let's do the angel number 513. Okay, I'm gonna leave. Oops, actually I have this in the wrong box. Alright. I'm going to blow out my candle, reserve it. Angel number 513. See what that talks about. Okay. And we want Joanne. (513) is made up of the energies and attributes of number 5, the vibrations of number 1, and the influences of number 3. Number 5 encourages us to be true to ourselves and live out our lives accordingly, and resonates with personal freedom, life changes, and making positive life choices and decisions. Variety and versatility, motivation, adaptability, resourcefulness, motivation, activity, and progress. Number 1 relates to new beginnings, motivation, striving forward, and progress, ambition and willpower, activity, self-leadership and assertiveness, initiative, instinct, intuition, tenacity, happiness, and fulfillment. Number 1 also tells us that we create our own realities with our thoughts, beliefs, and intentions. Number 3 adds its influences of optimism and joy, inspiration and creativity, self-expression and communication, imagination and intelligence, sociability and society, energy, manifesting, growth and expansion, spontaneity, encouragement and assistance, natural talent and skills. Number 3 is also the number of the Ascended Masters. Angel number 513 is the message that your prayers, intentions, and actions taken towards making positive changes and improvements in your life have been heard by the angels and Ascended Masters. Trust that they are helping you to change your life for the better. Angel number 513 suggests that the changes around or ahead of you have been manifested in order to transform your life for the better in many ways. Trust that these changes are for your highest good. They may turn out to be the answer to your prayers. Angel number 513 is a message from your angels and the Ascended Masters that they are aiding and assisting you as you go through major life changes. The choices and decisions you have made and the actions you have taken will lead to better in your life. Stay brave, courageous, and optimistic, and you will soon see positive changes taking effect. If you feel any fears or confusion about what the changes will entail for you, call upon the angels to guide, assist, support, and encourage you through every step. All you need to do is ask and listen. A new door has opened for you due to your positive attitude, prayers, visualization, and positive affirmations. You have manifested wonderful new opportunities that will further advance you along your path. Okay. So that is the end of our reading. Thank you so much for spending so much time with me. I appreciate you so much. Without you, well, there'd be no reason for me to be here. So thank you for being the biggest part of my journey, my purpose, my mission. And I hope that the reading to you was valuable. I hope you take what resonates for you and put the others to the side. Have a beautiful day or night, whatever time you're watching this reading. And God bless you. Sending you love, light, peace, happiness, joy, and always sending you energies of healing. God bless. We'll see you the next time. Aloha.